about our politics and about our future. This country has had a long and proud history, a history that has been marked with an ability to deal with adversity. We have faced many crises throughout the years, but have always shown a capacity to emerge stronger from whatever challenges have come our way. Our people, and I know this, and you know it, they bear the memory of that history, the memory of suppression, of hunger, of uprisings, of civil war and economic war, of emigration, and more recently, the scars of building for a long-lasting and a permanent peace. And today, we face another crisis, a real and human crisis, affecting every single person, every day. Do you know what? We will face this crisis and we will defeat it. Ireland is not going to disappear. We won't be washed away by the waves of depression and despair that seem to abound. We will come through this as a stronger people. Look at the impact that we have made on the world stage for a country of our size, in education, in business, in literature and the arts, in sport, in our support for human rights and the oppressed around the world. Irish men and women are a proud people with a proven record of great achievement. We understand the importance of relationships and interdependence. We are an intelligent, intuitive and trusting people, and also a people who deeply love our country. So I know that all the ingredients are there, and that we are a people who can and will deal with this latest crisis in our own way, in our own Mahal way, where everybody plays their part. And among the tragedies of what's happening in this crisis is that all of us feel let down. And we have been let down. Some people have said that it is politics that has let us down. Actually, what's happened is that politics has been let to fail. Because for those of us who have made a career of public life, a vocation of politics, this may well be a personal tragedy, but the real tragedy is for our people. And that tragedy is that they see those whom they trusted with office and leadership fail them by making politics irrelevant, by treating the chamber of Dáil Éireann, the forum of the elected representatives, as an inconvenience, a place to be avoided, and the last place to appear to face up to the truth of their failures. So reckless activity by banks, failures by regulators, and wanton greed by some speculators was effectively supported by the political system. This week, the front page of the Financial Times carried a picture of a rogue banker in France who was jailed for 5 years and fined €4.9 billion because he acted recklessly without the knowledge of his board of directors. Here in Ireland, has anyone been sent to jail for the reckless actions of some that have practically destroyed our country? No. And why is that? Because they acted with the tacit approval of their board of directors, the people's board of directors, the government of our country. And it's the gross unfairness of what has gone on for the last 13 years that has damaged the political system immensely. It has to be stopped now, and it must never be allowed to happen again, and it won't under Fine Gael. It's always a view that you can never turn away from a crisis, and we must face this one head on. And the first step in doing that is to square up to the enormity of the challenge and start making the right decisions and start making them now. Ireland costs too much to run. Ireland isn't generating enough revenue. And Ireland's public services are too expensive. The first decision needed here is the immediate election of a new government with a strong mandate, a clear agenda, and a credible plan to sort out this crisis. And it is time for political leaders to stand up, tell the truth, and give Ireland a fresh start, the prospect of hope and a better future. Let me say this. The unfairness of what's happened is felt far and wide. Sick and failed bank systems suck the lifeblood from our economy, while good businesses cannot get a line of credit. Old people, sick people, and our most vulnerable, it's epitomised this week by all those cystic fibrosis sufferers. They wait and wait while wanton waste pervades the HSE, which has turned into a monster that was supposed to create the finest global services in our health system. People face the prospect of losing their children to forced emigration because there is no plan to invest in jobs and in their children's future. We suffered because of that in the 80s. 450,000 people are on the live registry because the government is incapable of putting together a coherent plan to deal with that fact. And when you look at all these truths, you come to a depressing conclusion that in so many ways Ireland is not working. In so many ways and in so many walks of life, our country is not performing. So after 13 years of this, 13 long years of Fianna Fáil government, I want to spell out a very simple message. And it is a message of hope. It's a message for our young, and a message for our parents and our older citizens. And that message is very simple. It's now time to rebuild. It's time to rebuild Ireland. Together, as an Irish people, we can rebuild our country. I know this is a huge task, but I also know that together we will succeed in what we have to do. We will rebuild our banking system. We will rebuild our public finances. We will rebuild our public services. We will rebuild our economy. And finally, we will rebuild politics as it should be in Ireland again.